Hi guys.
Hello.
We're back once again. It's Benny and Richie. As usual, we've come your way with another exciting episode, seeking to educate you so that you also help us with your responses and your feedbacks. All right, it's been a long time we heard from you guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So we are talking about deworming today.
Okay.
As we all know, in Ghana.
In Ghana, everyone wants a dewormer.
Yes.
Okay, in the consulting room, doctor, me for dewormer chair.
Even in a bus, people are selling dewormers.
Sales. There's so much sales of dewormer in the public transport, right?
Yes, public
And
transport. Mostly.
everywhere we see albendazole, mebendazole, all sorts of dewormers being sold.
And you know,
yeah.
interestingly, they sell them in their brands, the brand names of
Okay.
these medications. So
Okay.
they will come with, let's say, what are the famous brand names that we have on the
Are we
market?
going to mention brand names anyway? We don't want to mention
Okay,
brand
well,
names.
We don't want
yeah.
to mention. We don't want to mention.
But
No,
then,
but it's just an example I was giving.
okay.
So when they come, so for example, I'm selling this medication, then they will mention the brand
Yeah.
name, and then they'll talk about the fact that it does a whole lot in terms of deworming.
Yeah.
They will try to give the category of people that need this medication
yeah,
and all that.
Yeah.
And we as health workers, some way, somehow, happen to find ourselves in such situations when it's happening. So you will be asking, you have a whole lot of questions running through your mind. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
What's it with deworming? Okay. How often do you need to deworm?
Yeah.
In Ghana, okay, because you get patients coming, me deworm ache.
But I won't trust
Is it, you know, you feel like vomiting, you need a dewormer.
Yes.
You are
You have
feeling weak,
nausea, you need a
you need a
dewormer.
dewormer. And the sale of dewormers, right? We obviously have fake brands on the market.
Definitely.
We have counterfeit
Yes.
medications being sold as dewormers.
Yes.
You don't know what you're taking. Are you taking a dewormer or you're taking...
You're taking just any medication. It's
know-
even the reason why I brought up the brand naming. thing.
Okay.
So they package it.
Yeah.
And then they'll sell it.
Yeah.
So if you have no knowledge about it, you just buy, you go and take, in your mind, you have the worm.
You have dewormed. But did you really deworm?
That's the question.
Yeah. And what I noticed is some of them have outrageous expiry dates. You can
True.
have a dewormer
True.
2024 and it's expiring in 2020.
Three.
2030. Put it that way. Okay, in 2030. I
Okay.
don't know if, I would have to check if dewormers have that long expiry
date.
dates,
Maybe
duration.
there's a
but
twist
are they
somewhere.
genuine, You can't trust these drug peddlers, let me call them. Yeah.
So guys, it's the reason why we are bringing this video your way, so that at least we point out some things to you, you get educated, and then moving forward, we all will do better.
So right here on this platform, we are going to delve into deworming.
Yes.
And taking of dewormers. Okay. Make it simple for the average Ghanaian
To
to know
understand.
what it entails,
Yeah.
so that you take it right, and then we're all good, health wise.
So deworming,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
is taking a medication to decrease.
Yeah.
So for the understanding of the average person,
Yeah.
to decrease the
Okay.
worms in your body.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
it's basically someone who has worm infestation
Okay.
and is taking medication
Okay.
too. So either as a preventive
Yeah.
measure or
Yeah.
as a therapeutic,
curative, yeah.
curative
Yeah.
measure
Yeah.
to decrease the worm infestation. in
That's
your body.
right. So typically it would be an oral drug.
Definitely.
One tablet, a single dose. You take it, you
Yes.
chew it,
And then you're
drink
done.
some water, and it's going to cure most human
Yes.
helminth infections,
Yeah.
infestations. Okay. And you're good to go. So we have commonly albendazole,
Mebendazole.
mebendazole being used.
Yes.
In some
Commonly.
places they use praziquantel and all
Praziquantel,
that.
yeah.
Right. Then how often are we supposed to be deworming?
Okay, so before we tackle that,
Yeah.
there's an information I found on the
All right.
World Health Organization
Okay.
platform
Okay.
that I would like to read.
Okay.
It says, so for the preventive chemotherapy,
Yeah.
so taking dewormer as a preventive measure.
Yeah.
So preventive chemotherapy, into bracket, deworming,
Yeah.
using annual or biannual single dose. That is the
Right.
albendazole or mebendazole we just mentioned.
Yeah.
So they are saying it's recommended as a public health intervention for all young children
Okay.
between the ages of 12 to 23 months of age, preschool children, that is 1 to 4 years,
Okay.
and also school age children, 5 to 12 years of age, in some settings up to 14 years of age.
All right.
So they are saying that as a preventive measure, these are the category of people that need the
Okay.
deworming.
Okay.
These age groups, yes.
Okay.
So they take it either annually or biannually.
Okay.
That's maybe every 6 months. And
All
then,
right.
yeah. So why do we think children were mostly the category they targeted, or the target group of population they targeted?
Okay, they would be the ones vulnerable or susceptible, more susceptible to worm infestation. Okay, a few reasons here.
Okay.
So children are the ones who will be touching contaminated soil.
Yes.
Okay, they will be the ones who will be petting infested
Exactly.
animals.
Exactly.
So the pets we have in the house, they would be
Yeah.
in most contact with them. Children will be the ones who would have a little bit of a problem with their personal hygiene. They would
And
need
most of the time
assistance
they take
with
everything
that.
into their mouth.
In their mouth, they touch
Yeah.
almost everything.
Everything.
Straight into their mouth,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So yeah, basically these conditions or these practices make
yeah.
them more susceptible
Makes
to
sense.
worm
Makes sense.
infestation. So then children would categorically have to be dewormed, right?
Yeah.
Periodically. And experts actually recommend, like you said, twice a year or once
a year.
A year, yeah. And let me read this. So according to WHO, World Health Organization, all children living in underdeveloped and developing countries should deworm once every year. In adults, if the prevalence of such parasitic infestations is 20% in your country,
Okay.
then once a year. If it's over 50%, then twice a year. Okay? So it's
that means
either
it's-
once a year or twice a year. If the prevalence of parasitic
I understand.
infestations in your country is 20% once a year, over
over
50%,
50%
twice a year. Now, the important question
Exactly.
is, what is the prevalence in Ghana?
We
What
don't
is
know the
in Ghana?
prevalence.
Yes.
And it answers the question of people having that notion of deworming every 3 months.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Okay.
I have no idea as well.
So in there was a time I had in public transport.
Yes.
The sales guy, the guy coming with the, what do you call it in G? And then he comes and he's saying, according to the Ghana Health Service, you're supposed to deworm every 3 months.
There's nothing like that. Now, this is a standard information we as health workers
Right.
we go by.
Yeah.
And this is what they are saying.
Yeah.
They've given us in a developing country, and Ghana is part of a developing country.
yeah.
So this is the information we have on board. So please be educated.
Right.
concerning
You know,
this.
the reason why people can get away with taking it every 3 months is that the safety profile of these dewormers, they don't really have too grave side
Yes,
effects.
yes,
So you can
yes.
take it very, very subtle
Side effects, and
harmless, should I put it, side effects. So people
Yeah.
get away with them. And we don't know the prevalence rate in Ghana when it comes to worm infestation. So twice a year should be fine. Every 6 months should be fine. You don't need to take it
Every 3 months.
as often as you want to. Yeah.
Or when you feel like you go to the doctor and then you be like, doctor, I have nausea today. I've been vomiting, have indigestion. So
Yeah. Can I get a dewormer?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Asking for the. And some people actually do is like different brands of maybe an alcoholic drink. Today they take this brand of dewormer and they feel no, they need another one the next week because probably this one wasn't as effective. And they keep chewing different dewormers.
Please, let's all be guided.
And then it's important to mention that when you're deworming, you deworm all family members or all the people in the household.
Well,
so that you avoid cross-worm infection.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
From maybe the feces of a family member to another. That's if hygiene is not too good at home. So all people in the household should deworm.
Yeah.
And then
I think I wanted to chip in something.
All right.
Concerning another target group
Okay.
that maybe at most should be doing the biannual
Okay.
deworming. That is farmers,
All right.
because they are also in constant contact with the soil.
Yeah, contaminated
So they
soil,
have
remember, yeah.
they are susceptible to
Yes.
have these worm infestations. So the other category of people that
Yeah.
I believe should be doing the biannual deworming
Yeah.
are people that work in restaurants, especially
Okay.
those that handle the kitchen.
All right.
Come in contact with these foods, so the vegetables, fresh meats,
Mm-hmm.
they all have their possible
Right.
contacts
Yeah.
for worm infestation.
Yeah.
So such people as well, I believe, should be doing the biannual
Okay.
deworming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why should we be scared about worms? Talking about worms, deworming, what are the health risks with worms? Typically, you know, we've not given so much attention to worms
True.
because they rarely cause these
Yeah.
health complications
Yeah.
like intestinal obstruction, rectal prolapse, and the
Bleeding,
common iron deficiency anemia
Yes.
from hookworms.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
these conditions are not too common, and so it hasn't gotten our attention as, I mean, globally, health wise.
Yeah, it's not common.
Yeah,
Just
but
like you
then
mentioned.
when they happen, they are fatal.
Very.
So it's good to always, you know, be prophylactic about deworming.
Yeah.
To take your dewormers. So we mentioned children as really being susceptible to helminth or worm infestation, right? So what can we do to prevent? I have a few tips I'll read out.
Okay.
For children, okay, for parents and children caretakers. Encourage a child to wash their hands throughout thoroughly after play, after using the toilet, and before eating every single time.
Very
So
necessary.
wash your hands thoroughly after play, after using the toilet, before eating every single time. Teach kids about the importance of maintaining personal hygiene through bathing every day. Right. Use effective disinfectants while cleaning the floor of the house. You know, the floor would be the most likely place or surface to be contaminated with soil.
Yeah.
Clean your surfaces with effective disinfectants. Not necessarily.
Is it frequently or
Yeah, frequently.
Okay.
Frequently. I mean, if you can do it daily, that would be good.
okay?
As practical as possible, anyway. Trim your child's fingernails short always.
Because they're likely
It can
to
easily trap.
harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discourage them from putting their hands in their mouth as a habit. Do not allow them to share clothing, towels, and undergarments with friends. All right, so avoid eating in places you are unsure of.
Right.
How are you unsure about a place?
I think you have to survey the environment where you're going to eat,
Okay.
because some of these places, the environment speaks a lot.
All right, if I may ask, right, what are some of the red flags to look out for? Restaurants, any spots outside, right? And I would like to take a meal there. What are the red flag signs to warn me not to venture?
So you can look at things like flies around,
Flies around, okay.
yeah, uncovered food,
Okay.
and also some food vendors.
Yeah.
They don't practice hygiene. You can
Right.
check their hands and even the
Okay.
clothing they are wearing.
Okay.
Yes, can speak a lot.
So like Haja,
And
Mami
also-
Wachi, 10 CDs. I mean, make sure we're more in. We make her check your, right?
When they are serving, some even touch the food with their bare hands,
Right.
which is not hygienic.
Right.
Yes.
You know, there's this thing too, right? It's quite deceptive where some use gloves or plain rubber. The glove or plain rubber
Yes.
could be highly contaminated even than your bare hand.
Than the bare hand.
Because they use it multiple
Yes.
times. They take out cash and then
You can
straight
even
into the
see
rubber.
the
and
rubber,
all.
that this rubber is not clean.
Has been
Because
used. It has been used for a year now, you know. And
Yeah.
we should pay attention to all these things. And then you can you should alert
You should.
the food
You
vendor
should.
anyway.
Especially when you see flies all over and the foods are not covered. You should alert them.
You know, some people say that the more flies around, the more tasty the food
We
is.
have
right?
that ideology.
Is that true? Drop in the comment section.
The food that are sold by the gutters,
Right.
they have the
How can we
good
say
taste.
that? How can we say that? But how if we talk say, how can we say that food by the gutter in the bean? How if we talk that? And not say boys go drop for the comment section. You see, that be what they want. Make gutter for day around.
The gobe.
Covered
The gobe way did the gutter.
in body.
Yeah.
The one way, you know,
Yeah.
Haja they talk for top way in saliva they
Yeah.
sprinkle in the bee.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's be hygienic, you know. These health risks are not
Well, yes.
worth
yes.
it.
So these and many other signs, danger signs you have to look out for, especially
Right.
for those of us that like eating outside. Also, those of us that like taking dewormers frequently.
Yeah.
Please, let's be guided.
Yeah.
As we have a standard information which we
Right.
just read.
Right. That's true.
Yes.
Okay, so glad and hope you loved this video. Drop your comments. You're expecting a lot of comments for this video,
Actually,
right? Drop
actually.
your comments in this video below, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.
Yeah. Once again, it's Benny and Richie.
And it's health check.
Always get yourself checked.